If you've been charged with a crime in East Lansing, your case will be heard at the 54B District Court. In this particular court, the two judges are Judge Ball and Judge Larkin. This court handles all minor possession cases, fake ID cases, open intoxicant cases, disorderly conduct, urinating in public, drunk driving cases. A number of alcohol and marijuana cases are the most common offenses at this court. I get a number of calls and emails, especially after a weekend of a Michigan State football game. Parents and the client themselves contact me and say, Jonathan, I have no criminal record. I've never been in trouble. All of a sudden I have this misdemeanor ticket in front of me. I'm scared about my future. I'm a freshman or a sophomore. Someone who's going forward in life with a lot of different goals. Well, what do I do? How do I keep this off my record? Well, what we do from day one is we start my proactive program. It allows my client to demonstrate to the prosecutor and to the judge that they're a positive person and a good person who found themselves in an isolated situation. Now, possessing marijuana or alcohol or having a fake ID, many people say, well, this isn't a big deal. It's not, domestic violence or a felony or anything like that. Well, it is a really big deal. If you're going to apply for a job when you graduate going forward and someone sees your resume and they say, wow, okay, this person has a criminal record, it may disqualify you from lots of jobs. There's also offenses that can disqualify you from financial aid. So if you're in school and you have loans and you have financial aid, well, when you apply again the second year, there's going to be a question. Do you have a criminal record? Have you been convicted of a crime? And if you put yes, well, you're not going to receive that money and you may not be able to go forward in school. So what I do is I encourage my clients from day one. We need to be proactive. We need to show that this is isolated. Going forward, you're going to learn from this and make better choices. So what we do for clients on my program is that we demonstrate that you're not using alcohol, you're willing to be educated in alcohol. I may send you to AA meetings just to learn from people who are in worse situations. We've had drunk drivings, who have been divorced or lost jobs because of alcohol. We need to understand the next step, what this could have turned into. Minor possession could have been a drunk driving. Minor possession could have turned into an assault. We need to look at the case as a prosecutor and a judge look at the case. As a former prosecutor in New York City and a prosecutor in Michigan, I understand both sides of the case, how the prosecutor sees the case and how judges see the case. So if you're charged with one of these crimes, we need to tackle this from day one. We can't sit back and hope it goes away. You may hear from certain friends or different people say, no big deal, it'll be dismissed or you pay a fine. Well, that's probably not going to happen. That may not happen. Every case is different. Every client is different. Every client has different goals and dreams in life, and we need to discuss how we can keep this off of your record, how going forward you're not going to receive any jail time. If you're put on probation, a short period of time versus a long period of time, it's great to get a case on a dismissal program. Okay, my case will be dismissed. Well, if you have to wait 2 years, that means having a criminal record for 2 years. It means 2 years that if you violate and you get in trouble again, well, it goes in your record. You go to jail. So it's always our goal to limit your exposure and ultimately, in the end, have no criminal record. So if you're charged with a crime in East Lansing at the 54B court, I encourage you to contact me. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your case. Tell me about your goals in your case. What we'll do is we'll set realistic goals. We'll put a plan in place in order to achieve those goals. And ultimately, in the end of the case, I hope that I have a satisfied client that understood all their options, pick the option they're most comfortable with, and going forward can look at this as a learning experience. This happened for a reason. We're going to explore that reason together and ultimately learn from it and go forward in a positive direction.